What's going on, everybody? I'm Squid Girl Joe, here with Mr. Pixels, and welcome to
You're right the
Infinaeon.
first time. You're right the first time. I think you got a mirror thing there, but the first time is right.
Yeah, swing it through. Welcome to Infinaeon Friday, guys. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and watching afterwards, definitely comment down below. Guys listening on Twitter, why don't you go ahead and hit that follow button, and be notified when we have these live streams. And of course, if you're on Twitch, we just loot you.
Thank you. Yes, of course. Our loyal Twitch following of one, I mean maybe two. I know Crypto Knight moved over there as well. Let's get this party started. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's. I mean, it's anyone that's been following along. It's kind of much of the same. We all know it's still kind of the calm before the storm here, but we're getting super close. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's get a lot of interaction here in the audience. Ask us lots of questions here about anything you like. But yeah, it's been a good week. I think a lot more accomplished. Yeah, I'm excited. How's your week been, Joe?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's just been, a lot of running around as always. It's always something to do. Next thing you know, we're Monday. We're here on Monday, and now you blink, and now it's Friday. I mean, the week just moves fast whenever you have like things in front of you, that you got to do and whatnot. So it's been crazy. It's been absolutely nutty. But how was yours?
Good, man. Just I mean, flat out getting ready for this big push here, making content. As soon as Lunar Pump drops here, we want to have a ton of like YouTube clips. I know I'm going to be working with you guys to get a whole like. I want to try and get like a month of content, like loaded, ready to rock, that ties into everything, so we can really like layer then like daily stuff over top. So I'm just kind of focusing mainly on that, getting our X adverts and all that stuff. So if anybody's wondering, oh, why the chat might be a little bit quiet, yeah, that is for sure the cam for the storm, because everybody's just grinding hard during the week here. I know Adam is out there. He was actually going to be on today, but last minute he had to cancel. So maybe Moon Monday or else next Friday. And yes, Joshua, it is Sean. Sean is the real culprit. I was sworn to silence, but now that you've uncovered the secret, not kidding. Joe's like, yeah.
I was always on time, guys.
Yeah, very quiet. I can only listen to myself talk so much. Yeah, hey, man, you gotta start bringing in some banter. Yeah, community members. I know you're in anticipation too. It's okay. We're all sharing it together. That's fine. That's a good thing. We're all right on the same page there. And I know a lot of the community members too are, and the Knights, shout out again to the Knights out there in the back rooms getting all this ready. There's going to be like pump fun style raids, bonk, whatever it is, let's bonk style raids, where you can go to those comment sections and start dropping, and like X raids, building all the tools for it as well, of course. And that was something Adam was going to talk about today. But next time, something to look forward to. That another potential like massive Infinaeon product to come. So he was going to talk about that. So he's the one who's been doing most of the development work on the back end there on that. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, so yeah, man, I'm excited to get ready for this launch here. Been grinding Reddit. Yeah, shout out to you, Black Sheep. I know you're over there hardcore on that. So that's something else we're going to be making as much content for here as well, for the coming month and on into the future as well, to try and like rise that up. I know you can get some good traction over there if you can hit it right. So 17k views last 30 days, 248 members now. Nice. All right, that's sweet. That's some good growth. I know in the early Phoenix days, Joe, right? Reddit was a big thing. You had someone on that like all the time as a hardcore Reddit dude. That's not something that it's like specifically in my wheelhouse. I know there's probably one or two people, but I'm not sure if you use much Reddit yourself, Joe. But I know it was pumping hard a lot for in Phoenix, but it kind of did drop off a little bit. But we want to revitalize that again. What do you use it much?
Yeah, no, I go off from time to time. Reddit's definitely a phenomenal place for updates. It's a great place. And, I'll be honest with you, Safe back in the day, one of the main factors that really made Safe blow up was Reddit. They actually, that actually would go on and talk to different people and go to communities. And that's what got a lot of eyes and ears over to SafeMoon itself, was people actually on Reddit. So Reddit it's absolutely huge. And once again, obviously during the green market, it's easier. When everyone's expecting, when everyone's looking, when everyone's trying to get that edge and find any bit of advantage. And Reddit was the place. I talked to a lot of people, and Reddit was the place that really sparked SafeMoon to where it is. I mean, if we had to go back and do like a documentary about SafeMoon, the number one thing that really like lit the spark was Reddit. It was actually what really, before the charts even went crazy, people were knowing about SafeMoon because of Reddit. So Reddit is absolutely monumental. Social media is though, but Reddit definitely is. It's huge.
Yeah, well, it looks like we got a good man over there right now. Anyway, so never been able to get hundreds of thousands of views in a day anywhere else. Yeah, I mean that says a lot. And I'm thinking that could be something we could add to our little arsenal of tools here as well for our awesome post generator. I might as well pop it up here as I'm talking about it. Here it is. Um, that could be another awesome tool. Adam, take notes, or maybe it's already in the works. Who knows? Um, but an awesome tool could be like an article generator, right, based on this, because it's all about having those strong data sets in there. So like without having to train it specifically, we can just hone it in. So that would be another option: generate an article, generate a Reddit post, right? That you can copy and paste, and we'll already have like all the data that you need to be able to do that. So that might be something here we could be tuning in to or adding to this product very soon, once everybody sees where it's at. Let man, Joe, I got to show. I don't think I've shown you, man, but if you got time after this, we should jump on a call. I can give you a look at where we're at with it. But bro, it's looking so good right now as a product, man. You're going to be blown away. I got to show you, but it's on top of this. Just I guess just imagine this as an entire like potential subscription model style thing. Agencies can use it. Just imagine the whole suite of what it would be. Let your brain wander just to kind of think about that and look at like other AI models right now. And what they do. Like this was kind of spawned out of obviously how we did the Zeely stuff, and how that was going, working with Growthy and looking for ways to like improve our numbers and be able to get better conversion rates and make sure that our posts had meaning. When they were being made, they actually delivered on exactly what the concept was, and it wasn't like misconstrued because of human error, or it wasn't written the wrong way because of a language barrier or anything like that. The hashtags weren't misspelled or the ads were correct, like eliminating a lot of the human error issues. So it was just kind of spawned out of that, and it just it became a massive tool over on Zeely for us for the numbers that we're able to generate on the conversion rate. So we were just like, man, we gotta there's been a lot of interest in it, and we're like, we got to turn this, and there's something here for us and for Infinion, for this whole ecosystem, and for Lunar Pump, right? And I know that's what everybody is curious about, when but it's coming. Testing is going great. I know Adam's been doing some work on it too, some testing on the back end. And I was hoping I haven't been able to do any testing, unfortunately. I'm just focusing solely on content at the moment. Sean's obviously away having some fun with the fam, and at the moment I see what's going on in the back room. There's a lot of internal testing going on, a lot of people pointing out any small little bugs and things like that might be needed to be addressed, but it's happening. I'm watching it happen in real time. The announcement is getting very close, but of course I know everybody has the patience at this point. We're not sweating it. We're going to get there. So that's kind of the update in Lunar Pump, but this tied into something like that, giving the people that extra boost after they bond on Lunar Pump, and giving them that good incentive to bond, right? Having the ICO feature on top of that, like all of these little tools working in tandem here, I think are going to create, I think you could see a whole like new way to approach how you get your mind share and SEO across social media, even from a marketing agency's perspective, and just from a smaller project's perspective, right? Offering that whole depth that you want. If you've got like massive communities, then being able to cater for that. If you're just a smaller project, being able to cater for that. Offering PFP generator, offering the reply generator. Those kinds of things. Just offering a suite basically that can kit everybody out to be able to drive this forward. And there's one feature I haven't been able to talk about yet, but man, you're going to be very excited when Adam comes on to actually reveal this to you guys. And the fact that it's going to be something that's going to deliver back into the ecosystem, into Infinaeon, it's going to make, I think, a lot of people happy about it. Okay, Joe, I've rambled enough. What are your thoughts on it? I know I got to show you when I get a minute the depth of it, but I'm sure you've been able to kind of imagine what I'm kind of laying down here, I guess. And what do you think about it?
Yeah, no, spreading the word about about Infinion, about Lunar Pump Fun, but everything is so important. It's absolutely monumental, and without everybody, Infinion just kind of just whimpers in behind the scenes. But when you have the post generator, when you have ways of we have people going online spreading the word, it's absolutely huge. It gets the word out. People join in, and then it becomes, if not people joining in immediately, it's those at least hearing about Infinion. That's the gravity of it. Like Black Sheep said, he reached a ton of people. Just people hearing about Infinion is massive, because let's say they only hear about Infinion, and next thing you know, we launch on Soul. We got everything rocking and rolling out there, content going crazy, communities going crazy. Well, people always say, "Oh, I've heard of that," and if I heard of that, it's a spark that someone needs to get involved, to join in. So even that alone is, as silly as it sounds, it's massive, because it creates people going, "Oh man, I heard that before. All right, now let's see what's going on." Like we always hear about, all these things, all these catchy, taglines, whether it's on social media or just in general, and it all started with you hearing it, ignoring it because you probably had something else to do, coming back in and going, "Okay, I hear it again. What is going on? What is this?" And being able to push that by tweeting, by going on social media and spreading the word, it's absolutely massive. It's huge, and by everyone doing that, people might say, "Oh, it's only a tweet," or it's only this. It is a big deal, and a lot of people obviously would want to, a lot of people obviously will eventually join in. If they don't join in immediately, they'll eventually join in as well.
Yeah, and that's how it goes, right? Every smart, marketing agency or whatever knows that, in order for you, and the best propagandists in the world also know, in order for you to like deliver that message, you got to like litter your audience's environment with the product, with the brand, in as many ways as you can to entice them. I'm not sure what the number is. I think Sean was saying like, at least 7+ times you got to see it like popping up before you're going to like go check it out and like that. So you need to just constantly deliver on that. And the any way we can make this as easy as possible for people to do, there's massive value in that. Not just for us, but for any big project. Like imagine, you got a big project just launched on Lunar Pump. They hit the bonding curve easy peasy. They did a nice ICO. They launched. They got a nice solid floor because of the ICO, because of the limits to the wallets, all that kind of stuff. And now they're going to they're right. Okay, we got our let's get our social media post generator going. All right, so that now everybody can just go to that and start boom, 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 boom. You start pumping out. If you're talking about, when a project just launches, right, you got the hype going, and then even if it's just a straight meme talk, how that goes, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, you got a complete a swarm of social media posts dropping, social media replies dropping, all very coherent, all very focused on a specific message. You can target it whatever way you want based on how you set this up. So just being able to offer that to as a product to people, and especially then on the back of Lunar Pump Fund, that's going to not just add to the metric of our, hopefully our success ratio, but also, this will deliver more benefits back to the Infinion token, back into the Lunar Pump ecosystem every time people use it. And we always have that advertising space. So everybody that comes in and uses this, they'll know about Lunar Pump, they'll know about Infinion. And every project that uses this, even when it's customized to their own specific project, there'll be an Infinion banner right there at the bottom that'll be clickable to bring it to the product, like to bring it to like who it's powered by, right? So that's another massive. So the more like we push this out, and also we're going to have a massive launching referral program too. So anybody can go out there and bring people to sign up to use the product for however long, a month, whatever, and there's a referral fee for that you'll get. So we'll be rolling that out as well when this actually does go live, this product. But right now, Infinion and Lunar Pump has been the test, I guess, the test subject, the guinea pig for testing this out. But I'm excited for it, dude. I know that the market is there. I've seen it. We've tested it from working with Growthy. We're 100% sure that it is there. And again, this is one of the biggest reasons that this is such a big thing right now, the cookie.fun stuff, where it's all about your mind share, right? Where it reads how much influence you have, let's basically in layman terms, how powerful you are on X, on social media, right? Look, yeah, there you can see Pump Fun ain't doing so. They're in the bad sentiment. You got the good sentiment. So this is basically just showing mind share, things like that. Sometimes this can be inexpensive to get on here, but I think we have something sewn up per Sean that is going to get us on here. So it's going to be awesome. But getting this mind share score up is like the metric in marketing at the moment, especially in Web3. So what we've found is that the tool that we're using, combined with a couple of other things, with the marketing agency and stuff, and especially in crypto, because you can form this massive, powerful community, like ready to like on mission right away, that can like really just drive. And with a tool like this, the success is great with it. The conversion rates are awesome with it. So it's it's a solid niche, and we're going to get out there. We're going to be first to market with this thing, and we're going to do it well, so that like we do get the market share. We do have the connections for people to try this out. We do have the incentive to do it. And hey, Infiniion's going to benefit from it all. Lunar Pump's going to benefit from it all. So, dude, I'm pumped for that. I'm pumped for the launch of Solana and Lunar Pump. Dude, I just can't wait. But that's exciting times for sure. We got some questions coming in there, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a patient person. When? No, Mohammed Dogan, you are not a patient person. Soon, brother. Soon. Very, very soon. I promise. We're all, sir. There's always someone cooking back here. Like it never stops back here. So yeah, but coming. And again, big shout out to everybody too. Like hanging in there. It ain't easy, dude. It ain't easy. Like having conviction in this game, especially in such volatile markets. So don't be afraid to pat yourself on the back when you're hanging in there and you're convicted to something. That's good. It shows good character, and it shows, hey, yeah, I stand behind my conviction plays. You know what I mean? I know some people get shaken out over time and this and that, but that's the nature of the beast. Some people cut out for it, some people aren't. But all we can do is continue to try and build, deliver products, innovate, and make this space more mass adaptable to the mainstream, because this is where it's going. So like you want to build for the future, so the easier we can make it for normies and people coming over, like that's kind of where we got to focus, I think. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Muhammad, I'm just as impatient as you are. I want things done today. Mr. Mixer, I know wants things done. We all want it done today. I hate testing. I hate waiting. I hate going, all right, we have the tech. Let's test. I would love to shotgun it immediately. Unfortunately, we have to test to make sure everything's good and it's clear and it's not gonna be a problem once it is out. So that's the goal, unfortunately. And we have to test it thoroughly, of course. But once it's tested, once it's out, once it's available, trust me when I say this. The second we are ready, once we're ready, we're launching this. Okay, we're shotgunning this. We're throwing it out there. So be ready and tune and stay tuned for that, because that's something I'm looking forward to. Sean, so we are all looking forward to this, and we're really excited about it. But yeah, no, I mean, we got a lot of things working on. Obviously, the ICO, obviously, Solana, all that is the front end. But there's still so much more that's being worked on that we're talking behind the scenes that we're looking to roll out, and we're looking to do it fast. We're not. I know this ICO took a little bit longer. This gas lot took a little bit longer than we all expected, and it's a lot longer than we all expected. But it's something that once it is out, we do feel like is going to be massive for Lunar Pump Fund.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, unfortunately, the one thing that is out of our control is what a lot of people gauge things on. But that, again, that kind of ties back to the conviction play. It's like, yeah, when you're experiencing volatile market, when charts up and down, not going your way, it's the people you invest in, it's the product you're investing in, and I feel like when I look across the playing field and I see like what other projects are and this and that, I'm like, I'm very confident in dedicating my time and effort into this project, and continuing to build. I know this is a marathon, not a sprint. Like that, sprint meme tokens. There you go, right? DeFi, building out like products for the future. That's the marathon, right? That's reading the room. That's being able to pivot. That's being able to move based on market volatility, geopolitical corrections, alterations, whatever you want to call it. Like you gotta there's so much to take into account, especially now when everything is like so up at this transition to when some regulations going to come in at some point. You're going to be able to need to pivot to that, to adapt. So in this ever-changing amorphous environment that we're currently in, that is the crypto space, you got to be able to wing it. And the number one key is making sure you got revenue coming in. So the more products and ways that you can look at generating revenue, the better. And and making sure that you're smart with that revenue, right? Being frugal, making sure that you're using it for the right things. So if you've seen that, I mean, this project's been going long enough, you can clearly see that that's the case. Still going. It's over 2 years now probably at this point, since Phoenix, the early days, which was like the kind of trial, the test period, the use case to see, and then boom, morphed into Infinaeon, and like here we are, all these products, everything we got. And if anybody out there wants to go and check out the white paper, it's whitepaper.infinion.com, and I will drop a little link in there right now if anybody wants to go and check that out. It's a great little resource if you want to talk to people about it. Just send people the link, and it's all here. We got all the adverts are in here. There's loads of cool graphics. It's not kind of a white paper as you know it. It goes through all the different products and everything that we're doing, mission statement, all that good stuff. And you can just click here, then there's an index right there. You click whatever you want, it'll bring you to whatever it is that you want to go and check out. Very interactive. So it's, like I said, it's not just a wall of text. There will be a wall of text version as well, of course, for developer purposes. That's going to be coming soon, but this is kind of more of the mainstream version, I guess you could say. The more and you can just click through like that. Like I said, very interactive for people to go and learn about everything we got. And you can always click up here on the top left, brings you right back. And we're going to add, obviously, it's the PFP generator for right now, but this is going to turn into the whole new product suite that's going to be launched here very soon once we get to that point. But yeah, you can go to all the different products. Got the Infinaeon wallet right there. Got the advert for it, and it just gives you a quick rundown and everything you want to see. Here's some of the milestones we got. We're going to have to add. I'm going to have to update this now to that new product that just popped in. But yeah, small few updates. But yeah, this is a great resource to share what we got going on here as well when you're talking to friends, fam, whatever, whoever you're trying to like explain this to. And you can get to all of this stuff too from the Telegram. If you're not in there, just using the filters /whitepaper/ whatever, if you're in there. But yeah, do we have anything else from the audience there? I said I might as well flash up some merch because who doesn't love merch? And Adam had his awesome Moonboy t-shirt on today. He was going to come on. He was all set and just having some audio issues and was lagging real bad. So we're like, you know what? Let's wait. We get a little better situated to do it. But yeah, it would have been nice to see. He had the mugshot one. Yes, I did see this question. I can't quite remember. Is the ICO? Yes, I believe it's only going to be on Solana initially, and then it'll be getting transferred over. But that makes the most sense. Probably in V2, I would imagine we could be looking at the ICO and the video function. Maybe, if I had to guess, what do you think, Joe? Probably there'd be two big ones.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've been so hyper focused on V2 for the live stream function, and the live stream function of V2. I know we mentioned it here before as well. It's not as long, so you're not gonna wait like another huge lane before we get that happening. It's gonna be something that's also gonna be massive as well. It's gonna be another push, and it's gonna be a push that is gonna be done via people that basically aren't here right now. People that aren't here because they're not creating content because they want to create content on here, and that's obviously it's gonna be from all the chicks, the girls coming on here creating content for the people that are just crazy and funny. So they will be here. They're gonna look towards creating content, and they're gonna be here with the push and the foundation is going to be both the Solana as well as the ICO. So that's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Those people being here because the foundation is already going to be set with the once again the ICO, which is being tested right now alongside the Solana as well.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. What's up? Aloha to you too, sir. Joe, the boss is in.
Mikey,
Hey, Sean's not here this week, Mike. You're all good. I thought you might be on today. But yeah, I know you're super busy in real life. Everyone, shout out to Mike, co-founder out there.
Mike,
Hope you're doing well,
Mike,
brother.
it'll be like 3 in the morning. I might be up going, "Hey guys," and then he'll just talk about some stuff like Mike. I don't think he sleeps, bro. I really don't think he sleeps. Throughout the day, Mike's talking, and like I said, it'd be like 3, 4 in the morning. Mike would just post them like, "Yo guys, listen up. Here's what I think." And we're like, "Oh man, all right." This guy does not sleep. I'll sleep, wake up, and see like a bunch of posts by Mike. Like he's busy. Mike does not. Man, that guy does not sleep.
Damn Europeans.
28
Yes.
hour days.
Oh yeah, he is. He's driving Lambos in the sun right now. He just absconded somewhere. He's at a racetrack right now driving Lambos. Yeah, testing one out for his upcoming purchase, I'm sure. You see, when we hit a Billy, okay, incoming, Mike. Yeah, I agree. I think we all kind of share that sentiment, to be honest. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it's a good way to look at it. And what I've seen, everybody in the background, that seems to be the way it's going anyway. Nobody really sleeps a whole lot. There's always chats are always popping one way or another. But we are in the calm before the storm, everybody. And yeah, again, so I just did want to pull up here. Anybody wants to go and support us on your real life billboards, go check out the merch store. It is stored on Infinaeon.com. Pick up anything you want over there. Get the Infinaeon going. Get the Lunar Pump. I'm going to add some more as well during this cam time. I'm going to try to do some more Lunar Pump stuff, obviously, because the next big run here is going to be, mainly kind of Lunar Pump centric. So I'm going to try to get some more merch in there as well for that. I know people have been requesting hats and this and that. So I have been taking note of the requests, guys. But I just have not got around to filling out and creating the products just yet, but it is on my list to do during this cam time right now. So this coming week I got a big one, lining up a lot of social media stuff, getting a lot of clip work done. I know Sean's recorded a lot of clips too in the background with the growthy guys that we're going to be able to drop across other social medias, YouTube shorts and things like that, so they're always good. And TikTok is going to be another good one. So getting that dialed in, trying to get the merch store kind of dialed in with some more stuff for Lunar Pump. I'll try to get that done over the weekend if I can. But first and foremost, I want to get the content ready to make sure that we're ready for the rollout. And that's my number one focus here now for this coming week, is to build as much of that out as possible, get a kind of a campaign lined up. And obviously we're trying to get the X marketing ads. We've racked up a lot of credits now that we're on, we're the gold tier subscription on that, like the business tier. So you rack up a lot of marketing credits. So we're going to have a massive X ad marketing campaign. So I'm trying to get specific content for that. It's kind of content that gets you the best traction, best returns. So I'm kind of trying to make sure I customize it for, hopefully hit maximum traction, potential virality, all that stuff. So, there's a little bit of time and work and effort and, thought process goes into it to try and create that. So I'm those are kind of my main focuses right now. Then I'm going to jump on the merch store. But right now we got a few nice bits in there. We got a solid tee, we got some koozies, some simple stuff. More than enough. Sleep until we moon. Love the team. Thank you, Storm. Yeah, we're working hard out here. I think most people can see it. Anybody that tunes in, I think most weeks, like, we usually have a pretty solid update. I know, this week is kind of, we're still waiting for Solana, but most of us here do understand that that's how this goes. It's development, it's Web3 development. Anybody that's been in this space for long enough and is holding that conviction bag understands. So, like, we're just here to entertain, answer questions, provide the updates, right? And keep promoting the product, keep promoting the product that you've invested in, keep strengthening the brand, or rustling up the brand, as we like to say. And just adding products, adding value. That's what we do, and that's why we keep trying to provide these tools for everybody, so that you can join us in that effort. We hold our bags, you guys hold your bags. Here's as many tools we can provide to you guys as a community to be able to, like, drive this thing forward. We're going to do everything we can on our end. As you can see down the bottom there, these are all the shows that we have throughout the week. Shout out to Papa as well, who does Lunar Pump Radio. That's going to be another big draw for us too, once we kind of launch, as the meme token kind of show. I know it does kind of any tokens, but we're imagining there's going to be a lot of meme tokens coming in here, and this product will also tie all into that show too as well, by being able to offer discounts. And again, like I said, the referral program is going to be big as well, and stretching that across everything that we do here is going to be great for us. And again, another way just to keep generating brand awareness, community engagement, and a revenue stream. That's kind of the biggest goal here. These are all ways that we can add value. How can you add value? Buy some merch, represent the brand, talk to your friends, spread the word, utilize the tools, do what you can on social media. That's what we ask. You want to, like, this is ripe. If you're a newbie and you're coming and you want to be like, you know what? I like the way this is going. I like the work that's been done. I like what's here, what we got. I love the products. I can see the team are still here. We're showing up every week. Pick up a bag of Infinaeon and get to work. Like, there's a lot worse things you could be doing right now that isn't delivering even close to what we're doing. And, like, all kind season is coming, and we're about to have a big crypto pump here. I feel we got the first crypto president ever. So, like, just do the math, I would say. Always do your own research, but just look at what we got. Check out the white paper, all that stuff. Look at what we're building. Tune in. Pay attention. You could make a lot of money. We're trying to provide the potential here.
And it all has to do with timing as well. I like you made a great point. We had the first crypto president. We're on the precipice of a green market. I mean, I'm not sure people can fully understand how massive this is going to be. This is going to be huge for crypto, huge for DeFi, huge for a lot of people. The last green market we had, I would argue, probably one of the biggest repressive government-wise against crypto. The big boogeyman was the SEC. And people were still making money left and right. People were still popping off tokens every single day, multi-million-dollar market caps every single day, every single second. If you slept, you missed out. It was that massive. And now we have people getting ready to launch tokens, people getting ready to fire off, whether it's on lunarpump.fun, pump.fun, or wherever. And this is going to be done with the backing of probably the best pro-crypto government around. So there's no more SEC boogeyman. There's no more worrying about, oh man, we hit we hit a huge milestone. We might get in trouble now because we're doing so well. That's not existing anymore. It's now, what else can we do? As long as we don't. And you see them crypto. I mean, Pumped Up Funds are an example, obviously, and you've seen them with many others. As long as you don't take that money and just absorb all the money from crypto, as long as we do what we said we're going to do, we're in the clear. With Lunar Pump Fund, with Infinaeon, all this is just the groundwork for something massive. All we need is a spark, and that spark can be done numerous amount of ways. Obviously, with the ICO, with Solana, with the live stream, and of course, the big thing is with the with the green market coming. And in my opinion, I always constantly say, but I truly believe it's right around the corner, and it's only amount of time before that pump, that wave hits us, all of us, whether on Infinaeon and Lunar Pump, and next thing you know, we're off to the races. We're looking to go and expand and join with other communities, and you're hearing about us in the news maybe, because that happens a lot. That's really common actually in a green market. You'll hear about like people will hit triple go, hey, that Infinion thing, do you even own that? Like you have no idea. The last green market, people come up to me randomly that didn't even know I knew crypto and was asking me about crypto, going, hey, you heard about this? And it's like, yeah, actually. And that is gonna be the next big wave. It's gonna be the next thing that's talked about everywhere. Whether you're walking to a store and you hear it, or you just randomly talk to your family members and they bring it up, it's gonna be like that. So you gotta prepare yourself, and by prepare yourself now by joining communities that are the foundation, because that's gonna be another massive thing. Cryptos with a foundation of community members that are telling everybody, hey, you gotta check this out. This is a utility. This is something that's gonna generate revenue. This is something that you can launch a token on. Anyone can launch a token on. Now it's no longer gate kept by devs, and some majority which shady, some good. It's anyone can launch a token by doing this, by creating it, and once again with the technology we're installing here, we think it's going to separate us from everybody else as well. So it's definitely exciting times ahead. It's just a matter of when this is going to happen, and it's going to be something that we think is going to happen on once again via the green market, via the push, via the ICO. So it's definitely a smooth sailing ahead once we get through the hurdle of just when.
Yeah, right. And as we just recently saw with Let's Bonk and what they recently did, turn the table on Pump Fun. That was a great market indicator for us too, like, because we were able to see, all right, well, there's not just straight loyalty to Pump Fun, right? It's like people will go, where they're going to have a better, experience, right? And that's good. That's a good thing for us, right? And obviously being the first to bring this ICO feature to market very soon and getting on Solana here, that announcement, I would say, coming very, very soon. Rampant testing going on in the background at the moment if you're just tuning in. But adding those features and providing this in the market, providing as much opportunity for these projects to succeed, providing as many incentives as possible is kind of what we're trying to do. And again, Infinion, it's a big experiment, right? I mean, there is no other chain out there that is kind of building all these products and turning them all back into the ecosystem, just to see what the fuck even happens, right? I mean, what would something like that even look like if you get big adoption, right? How much, I feel like it's awesome freedom tech, right? That's kind of what drew me to it in the first place. Was like, oh yeah, I love it, right? It keeps generating for people. You've got that ever appreciating underlying asset. I love the idea that everything goes back into the ecosystem. My jam, right? My jam. I like the idea of decentralization and freedom and this and that, So, offering that, and now, offering with Lunar Pump a safer way, a safer alternative for people to be able to engage with this and hopefully, raise or loosen at least the stigma that the mainstream have when it comes to like just crypto in general, right? Especially meme tokens, right? But you can't blame people either because, very few succeed and a lot of people lose a ton of money. But hey, a lot of people make a lot of money too. But, a lot of the time the focus is always on the negative, for certain reasons or whatever. But, again, that's another metric we want to try and knock down, we want to get that stigma down. So by providing products into the market, hey, you can do it the regular way too. Lunar Pump offers that. You can do it the exact same way Pump Fund does it. But hey, there's also an option here if you want to be more precise in your launch, avoid the sniper bots, divvy it out fairly, have that strong floor when you launch. If you're really serious about maintaining a long-term project, then there's a great option for that. And that's why I'm so excited about this to come out. And I know the marketing efforts that are ready to kind of go. So yeah, Solana announcement should be coming. There it is, flagship product, baby. Solana coming soon. Yeah, cannot wait. We got any more questions out there, Joe, before we go and wrap it up?
Yeah, Black Sheep says, what will make the update improve over the current token launcher? We have now using ETH. Um, I'll make the update for the current token launcher. I'm not using ETH.
I'm thinking, if I understand you right, you're talking about like the current version 1 right now versus like the options that the V2 is going to have here with Solana. So Solana is going to kind of come out all guns blazing. It's going to be the default when you go to lunarpump.fun. And, it's going to have that whole ICO feature, which is going to be obviously a massive, the anything on the ETH side is not going to have that right away, but we'll probably have that on version 2. Yes, so obviously, yeah, there you are confirming, yes, current version. Yeah, so that would be it. Obviously, the ICO feature is going to be a big one. I think the Chiching function is going to also be installed, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. Let me confirm on that. But mainly the ICO, that option, the whitelisting option, like that whole thing is going to be the main attraction here. The Chiching is going to come in. There's going to be a staking function that's going to be implemented as well. I'm just not 100% sure. Sean can confirm that now, but so it's going to transfer the current unbonded tokens to the new launcher. Yeah, I would imagine they would all just transfer over. Yes. Well, I mean, if they're on, well, I mean, they wouldn't transfer to Solana now. Like, they're just going to stay on ETH because they were launched on whichever, base, Infinaeon or whatever. So they're not going to transfer anything, but like they'll just stay. Just the subdomains will probably change. So they might just move to a new subdomain, but they'll remain. They'll remain untouched. And when, the next version for the ETH side does come out, which would be pretty quick, I would imagine, to add the ICO feature to that, they'll probably just be an update. I'm not sure if there'll be too much downtime. I doubt it. I'm sure it'll just be probably a quick swap over to get that implemented. But we'll wait and see on that. But yeah, I don't see there being too much of an issue. But yeah, all those extra functions again is what's going to drive the Solana side, and trying to get, as Sean was saying and Joe was saying on Moon Monday, trying to get those milli dollar runners basically is kind of what we want to try and do as well, because nothing sells better than a big fat green candle at the end of the day. So the more people we can get in to do that, and again, the more products and tools we can offer to be able to help them achieve that goal, we want to do that too. So, but yeah, Joe, you got any obviously Joe's toilet token is going to be coming out. That'll probably be one of the first being launched. Have you decided, is that going to be ICO yet, Joe, or are you just going to do it the old fashioned dirty way?
Do it dry.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Singh says will Soul be a catalyst. It's not a bunch of Soul being a catalyst. It's about, we're launching a Pump.Fun-esque platform. Pump.Fun obviously is Solana and it's massive on it. The other tokens, Solana and it's massive on it. And we feel like being on Solana for Lunar Pump.Fun is also massive. So it's kind of like going with the grain. We do offer more platforms, obviously, and we are also looking to expand beyond what we already currently offer once Solana's out. So that's something that definitely separates us out the gate, front end, from everybody else. So as far as Soul being catalyst, it could be just Soul being, it might be a catalyst. It could be potential, and once again, we don't want to say it will be or won't be because nobody really knows. But Soul might be the catalyst. The ICO might be a catalyst. I mean, look at all these tokens on Pump.Fun, the other platform as well. They're just shotgunning it, going, hopefully one of these stick and you make money. But with an ICO, I mean, it's as you know, it's a game changer. It absolutely is a game changer. It's anti-sniper technology built into a token that's launching for community, and that's something that's absolutely massive. It's adding a whitelist into a pumped up fun style token that doesn't exist right now. Like, there's none of that exists at all, and that technology is being brought out in front of everybody. Of course, live stream is going to be coming back to pumped up fun tokens, which once again used to exist. They got rid of it, so now we're going to be bringing that back. So there are a lot of things, and of course, with the green market, that itself is its own catalyst. So there's a lot of ways this could pop off. From what we're saying, to answer your question, saying we don't know what it could be, but we know we're setting up for there be many ways for it to be. So that's something we're definitely looking forward to. Another question by Black Sheep says, "Will the Infinaeon wallet be updated at the same time?" I guess he means by the time of like V2.
Yeah, I guess the Infinium wallet. I mean, at the moment, that's kind of that's as far as everything else except Apple goes. I think it's pretty much right there for the most part. Bar some additional features, maybe minor tweaks, but we can confirm that with Sean next week or when he gets back. As far as the Apple thing, man, they keep coming back. They keep coming back, and you know it's sticky. It's a sticky one with them, especially when you're talking about Web3 cryptocurrency stuff. Because knowing Apple and the way they are, you know, when they roll out Web3 adoption, it's going to be completely on their terms. Like we all know this. Like if there's ever going to be some form of wallet integration to Apple, they're going to have their own wallet. They're going to have their own way to do it. Just the same way they have all their own shit, all their own chargers, all their like it's the same thing. They're gonna try and maintain as much of that in house as possible, and that's why it's a tricky thing right now because you know they got the guardrails up, especially even more so when it comes to Web3 stuff. And kind of what the game is you're trying to find the workaround, you know, so that you're constantly. And then if something changes on their end or some developments we're not aware of, there could be some update on the back end, and then hey, no, there's a new requirement you got to do, right? So then you're trying to that pops up, and then you go, shit, you know, how are we going to get the workaround around this? And you got to brainstorm, then you got to kind of figure it out. A little bit of development. So just to give people an idea of like how that process goes, it ain't an easy one. Android, easy peasy. Apple, yeah, not so much. So that's what I'm aware of as when it comes to the wallet. But again, we can get Sean to give a more insightful update on that when the time comes. And I did just want to mention too, if anybody is curious, any noobs out there that are just joining, checking out what we got going on, to find out about the token launcher and have a look at the ICO option. There's a little 8-minute kind of tutorial guide. Oh, there's Sean. He just popped into the chat. What's up, Sean? He took a break from the Lambo driving. But yeah, you can go to the white paper there, whitepaper.infinion.com, and go directly, as I'm showing you on screen, you can go directly to the table of contents right here. It's the second page, and you can just click right in there, go to Lunar Pump Fun, and you can just click through the different pages here. This is the advert that you just saw on the first page. This is just another kind of hype promo that we have that kind of shows more of the interface. And then this is an explainer video here that we threw together. It's about 7 or 8 minutes, but it kind of goes through, shows you the interface, shows you the different text input boxes that you would need to fill out. So it gives you a good in-depth look at how the ICO feature works, what is required of you to enter to kind of set it up. And yeah, it gives you really good understanding. So feel free to go check that out too. And hopefully, we're gonna have this Solana launch pretty soon coming up here. There's the man himself that is not with us today. Feel free to bestow any wisdom on us, Sean, from the questions in the chat if you can. I think I gave a rundown on the wallet there. I think that might be sufficient. I hope. But as far as I'm aware, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. Comments or thoughts on Tom Talk? Will they be coming to Infinion Chain? Don't know much about them. Yes, so Tom Talk, that was just a recent partnership. I know Adam is very I think he something happened, he had to leave right now. He was going to come on. He could answer that more than me. He deals with all the partnership stuff in the background, him and Sean mainly, as far as that goes with the growthy people and getting those partnerships dialed in, and the spaces. Anybody that's following along, that. But I'm going to have to look into them, Jester. I'm not sure if exactly what they're all about, but I did have a quick look at their brand and stuff, and I like the brand. The brand looked good. I just got to kind of dive in a little more and see exactly what they do and what they offer. But yeah, I'll have some more. I'll look into it for Moon Monday, and we can let people know. Yeah, but there we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at a message there in the background. Yes, he showed up. He showed up, Sean. Joe showed up. I'm kidding. But yeah, so yeah, I'll find out. There's a lot of awesome partnerships going on in the background too that we've been dealing with, and some great potential back there. And the beauty of it as well is having the products that we have. There's we have a lot to offer. Those potential partnerships, kind of depending on whatever the niche is. So you'll have a lot of people who come into, and they'll have a lot of different things that can offer us that can tie in too. So some blossom, some don't, but that's kind of the game. You just strike these up, and you can negotiate, and when opportunities arise, you're always in a group there together, and you can be like, oh, these guys would be good for this, or this would be good for that, and you can kind of, it's how you grow, right? It's a great way for networking, and again, adding more value to the product and stuff as much as possible. Don't write while driving the Lambo, Sean. Yes, don't do that. But yeah, so I mean, unless we have anything else, I mean, I think we're good. Again, just help us out. If you're holding a bag of Infinion, I guess this could be my sign off here, Joe. I'll give my final call to action here if you're good with that. I'm thinking, if you're going to buy a bag of Infinion, you believe in this product, you believe in the conviction of the team, the conviction of the community, everything that's being built. Again, we got the resources there. Go check out the white paper, pop into the Telegram to check it out. We got all the information. We're live every single week, multiple times a week. Check the banner out there at the bottom. Shows what we got going on. And, pick up a bag of Infinion if you like what we're doing. Infinion token. Very easy to find. Come across it. And we are certainly moonbound. Like, that's what we're doing. That's our goal here, and been doing it for a long time. So we're providing the tools. Pick up a bag, get to work, go to the Infinion Expos generator, utilize that, get your PFP on, buy some merch. We're going to keep driving on hard here. So if you like to play, go pick up a bag and jump in, and join us on this awesome ride, and watch us as we roll out this product, as we roll out more products, as we roll out Solana and Lunar Pump. And that really starts to take off as these marketing efforts really start to ramp up here. And I agree, Sigma. Yes, this is a catalyst in the sense of the community and our own internal efforts. Yes, the launch of Solana on Lunar Pump is going to be the catalyst for all that to kind of kick off and everything to ramp up. So yeah, in those terms, yeah, it is. And yes, also, Joe, it is much bigger than that also. So it ticks both boxes. But yeah, that's my sign off. Let's keep going. We'll see you guys Monday. Hope everybody has an awesome weekend.
Alrighty, guys. So definitely make sure to check us on the next live stream. Going to be this Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Moon Monday. And as always, we have Infinaeon on Fridays, every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, make sure to check out all the links down below as well. And once again, if you're watching on Twitter, hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like button. Watching afterwards, comment down below. Notification bell, that subscribe button. Put that bad boy on all to be notified whenever we have a live stream here. I'm Scribgo Joe, Mr. Pixel. We'll see you guys on the moon.